here today. Night Watchers here. Waiting 73 times, 74 times. You're not waiting any longer. It's a lot of comments there, Night Watcher. All right. I got my desktop up. I can see the comments. I've been here, Night Watcher. You've been busy spamming the comment session. How's your day going? Looks like you were counting up. Counting down would be starting at 100. Barb is here. Barb, how are you? Are you home? Welcome home. Barb says YouTube is crazy today. How so? What's going on YouTube? I saw Eric Point was live. I got a chance to hang out with him a bit. Who else? I see that our friend Optimob has their premiere coming up at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock my time, which I think will be 2 o'clock for Barb. And I'm not sure what time it would be for Night Watcher. Let's see. Barb says, yes, home. Good. Well, welcome home. Man, there is nothing like getting home after, especially after a long stay in a hospital. It was, what, 3 or 4 days for you? Barb says they're repeating chats. Not what you said is good. I'm going to land claim legal case. Not actually land claim, just a joke. One in Minecraft over loot claims. Well, my only suggestion, assert your dominance. Now, which says it's 11 p.m. currently in Bangladesh. Hey, Ann Scrap Chat is here. Ann, how are you? What's the subject to talk about today? You guys put it out there, and we'll see what happens. Barb says she usually dehydrates after major surgery, but didn't think it would happen this time. Yeah, I guess it could happen anytime. My father, it was always something we had to be careful with. And so she's good. Awesome. You guys do anything special for the weekend? I know Barb is home, which is pretty special. I know our friend Night Watcher is in a legal battle. Night Watcher says he even hired a lawyer for $1 a day. He isn't actually just Minecraft, right? Actually a law student, and I think it's an engineering student. Well, good luck with that. I haven't played a video game in 30 years. Back in my day, video games made sense. You had a Pac-Man and you went around a little screen and you ate stuff, and then you got bigger and faster and you ate more stuff, and then you ran away from stuff. Doesn't make any more sense than that, does it? Now, which says I could send you all the legal documents. That's okay. I appreciate the thought. Barb says that was me also, Yogi. And it says, you're showing my age. You know what? If that is the worst way that I show my age, I'm doing pretty good. I thought I was showing my age by my head, by my glasses, by my wrinkled up skin, by my forgetfulness. But hey, if you can only guess my age by way of my video games, I'm doing pretty good. That would be something else, right? And says, okay, our age. Well, if I really wanted to date myself, I would talk about the legendary Pong. How long could you possibly play Pong for? Let's see. Cheery? How close am I to getting that right? Cheery K says hi. Hello, my friend. How are you? Appreciate you stopping by. See, Cheery says, where are you from? I'm in the United States on the East Coast in the beautiful state of Maryland. Maryland is often referred to as the mini America because we have mountains to the west, not big ones, but they're still mountains. They're actually ancient mountains. Appalachian Mountains are older than the Himalayan mountains. And at one point they were bigger, larger than the Appalachian Mountains. That shows you how old they are. Nightwatcher says, Minecraft is as simple as Pac-Man, but 3D. Punch tree, make hatchet, and pickaxe, get iron armor like a knight, get diamond tools, go to hell, go to the void dimension, kill a dragon. I don't know, man. That sounds pretty complicated. Give me the old-fashioned Pong, where you simply hit a ball mindlessly, taking no skill and no thought back and forth. It was perfect for my after-school activities. Nightwatcher says the Appalachian Mountains were here before trees, actually. Nice. Something only Nightwatcher would know. And yeah, I spent tons of time in the Appalachian Mountains from where my dad was born, which is right in the mountains in north central Pennsylvania. And then, again, not living too far from them, about maybe 45 minutes to an hour drive. I would often go backpacking, days at a time, sometimes weeks at a time. Let's see. Cheery says, what topics are you talking about? Well, I was mindlessly talking about video games and me being old and mountains. But hey, we can talk about whatever you guys want. Put out a topic. If I don't know anything about it, I'll make something up. I will, if I don't know anything about it, what I'll do is, it's a good thing about having a beard. Rub my beard, pretend that I'm intelligent, and say something. But because it went like this, whatever I say is going to sound intelligent. And if I really, really want to get the point across, take my glasses off and maybe like chew on the end of it, point them in your direction, and I'll go, I'm gonna have to give that some thought. And then I'll put the glasses back on. And then I'll just walk away. I'll shut down the live stream and walk away. And you guys will be thinking, man, that's a pretty smart guy. Trust me, it's a tried and true procedure. Let's see. Nightwatcher says the Appalachian Mountains were extremely larger before, like 500 million years ago, but they have been here before trees, and I'm pretty sure life itself. Oh yeah, absolutely before life. Well, yeah, I think before life. Barbara's tired, but wanted to come in and support the channel. Going to lay down. Blessings and hugs, one and all. Have a blessed day. You too, my friend, and I'm glad you're home. Let's see, Chiri says she's from India. Nice. We have a few friends from India stop in from time to time, and our friend Nightwatcher is from Bangladesh. Nightwatcher says slow start. Yeah, sometimes it is. It's Sunday. People are busy. There's lots of live stream going up, so that's okay. I enjoy the slow days. I enjoy the busy days. I take what's given. Sue says, good morning. Sue, how are you? How are things in the Susquehanna? Ash is here, says, hey, Yogi. Hey, Ash, how are you? Jerry says, how nice. How are things in India, my friend? Nightwatcher has a day off tomorrow. Some random Hindu holiday. Well, it's not random for those who are Hindu. Sue says, I'm fine. Hope you are too. Krishna festival tomorrow. Nice. I have a great fondness for Krishna. A long time study of the Bhagavad Gita. Asha, I'm fine. And you, Yogi? I'm just fresh out of a warm shower. I'm doing pretty well too. It's been a good Sunday so far. Nothing super special. Sue had a, let's see, Cherry says, hi, Sue. And Sue said, had a nice walk this morning. Awesome. Did you head down to the river? I had a good walk too. 2 of them, actually. My normal 5:30-ish in the morning walk, it's varying time. When the sun is out earlier, or when sunrise comes earlier, I try to get out around that time. So I think the earliest it came up this year was about 5:15. So I try to get outside by 5:15. And then nowadays it doesn't come up until after 6. So I try to get out by 5:30, somewhere around there. Depends on how long the 5 a.m. live stream goes. I've mentioned before, and in the members channel, I talked about the importance of getting sunlight to the eyes, if possible, in the first 15 minutes of waking up. Artificial light just doesn't do it. So even if it's still slightly dark, you're doing okay. And how it actually helps us sleep at night. So if you're having trouble sleeping, wake up and get that sunlight first thing. It increases our stress hormones, norepinephrine, as well as cortisol and adrenaline, but in just the right amount that we need to face the day. Later on, those same hormones begin to die off, and the waste material is used to make melatonin and serotonin, which are the hormones that we need to get to sleep. It is Lord Krishna's birthday. Hare Krishna, my friend. Well, you don't need to be interested in Hinduism, Night Watcher, as long as you're respectful. Sue says, just walking around the neighborhood this morning, posted a video of the vulture circling close to the moon. Nice. I will be there to check it out. Bringing your channel up now, so it'll be a reminder. Another reminder, guys, remember that Optimob has their premiere at 3 o'clock my time. Every Optimob premiere is an event. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet new people, you get to hang out with older friends, and you get to see the beautiful countryside of Switzerland. Let's see. Shiri, I think it's Shiri, says, but you're from 90. Why are you holiday? Ash says, I agree, about to get ready for bed, but I can't forget the live. It's become a daily routine for me to watch, except I won't be able to show up in the morning since I have school when you start at 11 a.m. Well, I appreciate you popping in when you're able to, and I'm glad that it's become something for you. I hope maybe some of the things that we talk about will help you in school. Our friend Mir is here. It says, hey, Sir Yogi and beautiful people. Mir, how are you? Ash says hello to Mir, as does Sue. Night Watcher says, no, I go to a Hindu school, so many Hindu holidays are off. Olga says, I love Hinduism. I'm a agnostic Christian, though. I have a affinity towards Hinduism myself, mainly because of its close association with yoga. Of course, yoga predates Hinduism. I went to Catholic school my formative years, my first year in high school, until the school asked me very kindly to never come back. And that was my end of my Catholic education. Now, what you says, also, we have a 10% Hindu population here. Sue says she watched Optimob this morning. Sabine is here. Sabine, I was just talking about you guys. Let's see. Here wants to know where Night Watch is from. He is in Bangladesh, in the capital. Shiri says, I just want to learn communication. Well, if we can help in any way, we will. Speed says hello to everyone in chat. Shiri says, so I just joined here. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Ash just subbed to Sue. Nice. Sue's got a beautiful channel. All kinds of nature shorts and short nature videos. There's a difference. Sabine says, we have good news, Eric. We stay here. That's awesome. And that is good news. Thank you for letting us know. It seemed like that Timo was going to leave YouTube because of so many copyright issues, making it very hard for them to do the work that they love to do. So they were going to take their content to, it was Rumblr, right? And now it seems to have things worked out. Olga says, do you practice Hatha yoga or maybe Ashtanga yoga? When you say Ashtanga yoga, do you mean the asana Ashtanga yoga, or do you mean Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga? I do practice the 8 limbs of yoga, and as far as the asana practice, it is Hatha yoga, but lightly so. I was practicing Sivyana's Hatha yoga, but with some recent issues for my back, not related to yoga or working out, I've taken things lighter. I'm not holding the postures as long, and I really don't think you need to for the most part. 3 to 5 breaths. There's different school of thoughts on it also. I've also practiced Bikram yoga for quite some time, where they hold each posture, 27 postures, for 90 seconds twice in 103, I think, or 104 degree room. And I'd love the workout, but to me it seems so far removed from the essence of yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga, the psychological and philosophical principles that is what yoga is all about, which is what I practice. And the reason why I practice it wasn't for a workout. I'm pretty good at working out. I wanted that deep sense of peace that you get through yoga, or that you could get through yoga, as well as Buddhism, as well as contemplative Christianity. So I explored a lot of stuff, but it always brought me back to just the simplicity of practicing yoga, as well as the simplicity of practicing A Course in Miracles. Let's see, my source style. How long you been practicing? Sue says, I'm glad you decided to stay on YouTube. Me too. Let's see. Nightwatcher says, Sabine Timo, Rumble is just a YouTube competitor for people who got banned from YouTube. It'll be worse there. It's just more toxic. I hadn't thought about that. Shiri is 28 years old. Olga says, Bikram yoga is hardcore, but not my cup of tea. Nor mine. I did appreciate it when I was doing it. And I was doing it once a day, sometimes twice a day. Didn't miss a session, twice a day or once a day for well over 2 years. Nightwatcher says, also Shiri, don't copy my English. I'm speaking very localized internet language with all lowercase shortened words and typos. Probably do well not to copy my English either, as it is not the best English. It is my native language. You wouldn't know it by listening to me. Sweet says, Nightwatcher, we learned that yesterday evening in a different live stream. Thank you. Nightwatcher says it's all right. Well, yeah, YouTube has some issues, but you know what platform doesn't? You work with the issues, you work through the issues, and hopefully you keep putting out good stuff that maybe you can make a difference. I don't know. I keep thinking my goal isn't to change anything or anybody. I'm not trying to turn people into yogis. I'm not trying to turn people into practitioners of A Course in Miracles, but according to A Course in Miracles, we are teachers and we teach that which we most need to learn. And the way you teach is through demonstration, not through sermons. So I always go back to the prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. So if I want to be at peace, I need to be an instrument of peace. I need to demonstrate peace. Doesn't mean I'm always peaceful, but it means I always have that option to returning to that peacefulness. Night Watcher says, and it's not my native language. I just copied from YouTubers as a kid. That's way I'm more verbally better at English than written. For real, learned only to read and write English at 7 years old. You should make a video sometime of you talking English, Night Watcher. Sweet says, we were so upset because of what happened to us, and Timo was overtired. He had very little sleep. He was working so hard in the last week. So he was a bit too fast with first decision. You know what I mean? I do know what you mean. And I was hoping that there'd be a better resolution for you. Night Watcher says, what are your jobs, Sabine and Timo? Give me 1 second. Augur, you still with us? So you're mainly practicing Ashtanga yoga? Because that's pretty hardcore too. Not what you say. So Yogi, how's your day been? My day has been pretty excellent. It was much the same as yesterday. Except it never is the same. I like how my friend Robert Saltzman, who wrote the 10,000 Things and other related books, that every moment is a once upon, never to happen the same way ever again. So my day on the surface seems like I did the same thing that I did yesterday, and the activities, of course, are, but they are completely different because it's a whole new moment, whole new things happening, everything spontaneously arising, and beautiful things to see, beautiful things to do, beautiful people to talk to, beautiful people to wave at, like our friend William H. Night Watcher says, also, this chat is a bit sub-controversial. Mir from Pakistan, Sherry from India, and me from Bangladesh. Our history is very bad. Well, depends on how far back you go. At one point, it was pretty good, right? And, man, what a great opportunity. Everyone comes together. Throughout all that varied history that you guys have, you meet here for the sole purpose of poking fun of an old yogi in his office. See that? We can bring people together. I feel like breaking out in Louis Armstrong and singing It's a Wonderful World. Here says, Sir Yogi, it's not a big issue, man. I asked to Brother Timo. That's part of a job, brother. What do you mean, Mir? Let's see. Speed says, the Night Watcher, Timo is a tile stove builder and air heating constructor. You can see that that might be a tiring job. And Timo's here. Optimob, how are you? Night Watcher says, how far back? 50 years to 5 years ago? I was thinking like 1,000 years ago. Although, of course, you know, there was feudal warfare. Here says, Night Watcher, after a long time, brother. Night Watcher says, India fighting with Pakistan. We're having a bad all-around history with India. Other than that time, they've assisted us with Pakistan genocide and all-around bad history, the three countries. Well, at one point, right, they were considered one homeland, one nation. Mir says, coming soon, my brother. Timo is a big YouTuber. My best wishes for his success. Nice, Mir. I wish the same. It could not happen to a better channel. No, predating the British Raj. Way before the British even heard of India. Optimov says, thank you. Amir says, no insults. No insults to Amir. Hey, am I seeing this correctly? It appears that our friend Mir is live. If that's so, let's get him up and running. Hey.
How did my...
Sorry, guys. That's Mir. I want to be able to hit the like button. And I want to say hi. And share him out as well. Also, our friend Burpee Reaper is up. Fresh off of his race. So, if you guys are tired of hanging out with me, and come on, let's face it. It happens. I get tired of hanging out with me. We can check out Reaper. He did his Spartan race yesterday. So give me 1 second. Or, hey, you guys let me know. What do you want to talk about? Night Watcher says, laughing out loud. Night Watcher says, Yogi, today's a slow start. You know, I mentioned Sundays, you just never know. You might get 2 or 3 people. I'll be honest with you, my conversation stays much the same, regardless. Just talk about whatever comes up, be it me in a room alone, or 2 or 3 people, or man, when we hit the YouTube jackpot and 20 or 30 people show up. Happens on occasion. I gotta admit, sometimes it's kind of fun when you get a rush of 30 people with the sole intent of trolling. I got no problem with that. Sherry says, I love my India. It's the birthplace of so much. It's birthplace of the homeland, of spirituality, of yoga, of the Bhagavad Gita, of the Upanishads. India has given so much to the world. Mir says, I don't see history. I want to try and make a beautiful history, Brother Nightwatcher. Let's see. Corbin Mike says, do you like sports? It's a good question. I used to play sports. When I quit playing sports, I didn't really watch them too much. For 11 years, I was an ultra runner. Before that, I competed in kettlebell sport. So it depends on the sport, I guess. It's not so much sports. I like athletes. I love seeing what people can do through the right training, through right nutrition, see what they can do with their body. How about you, Corbin? Mir says copyright is a big issue. My means. Nightwatcher says, yes, Mir, but the previous history must be told just to get the facts right. No racism or hatred towards each other. You know what? I wonder that sometimes. Olafie 14 says, yo, what's up? Olafie, how are you? You know, I do wonder, does history need to be told? Because history right now is just a thought. And how much is going on in life right now based upon a thought, based upon what happened previously? What if we didn't know that? Let's see. Oliffi says, it's me. I'm here. Well, welcome here. It's much appreciated. The question would be, where else could you be? You're always here, my friend. Maybe not here specifically, but here in a metaphysical sense. Sherry says she wants to sleep. Good night, all. Good night to you, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. I hope maybe we helped a little bit with English. At least now you know what not to say and what not to sound like. We got a Christmas tree. We have a good friend who is a Christmas tree farmer, Eric Lapointe. Now watch it says good night to Sherry. Sleep well. Corbin Mike says, okay. Poor man's here. Poor man says, howdy, Yogi. Poor man, today a training day. And we got a crazy emoji from Oliffi. Oliffi says, what is he talking about? You could ask me if you really wanted to know. Timo says, hi to Corbin. And poor man says, Lord Optima. Olafie says, yuppie. If by yuppie you mean, you know, what the yuppies used to be? What was it? The young urban professional? Definitely not. One, I'm not young. I'm more suburban than urban, and I'm most certainly not a professional. Well, if he says, once you get 50 likes on a video or on a short, you get to live stream. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, hey, we can help you with that. How many you got? You have 7. Now you have 8. Now you have 8, my friend. Optimob says, Olifie 14, you have to be over 13 years old and have 50 subscribers for doing live. Olifie says, yeah, I'm 19. Olifie says, like 34, all of them? 34 what? So I just got you just subscribe to you. That puts you to 8. We'll get you closer. Poor man says, probably do some burpees with Vest, maybe. Like to get some training in the backyard later, maybe. Nice. You gonna hit the sandbag in the backyard? Oh, Lippy says, likes on all shorts. I mean, if you want. Well, I got your channel up. After my live stream, I'll go through. Yeah, I'm happy to hit the like button. Yeah, no problem helping someone out. Lippy says, okay, thanks, and okay, no problem. Hey, poor man, and approximately, let me look it up real quick. In 28 days, I will have done 1,000 days of burpees without taking a day off. Still pretty low on the streak. We have Burpee King and Yoga Uncle, who've all done, man, like 1,500 days. But when I get to 1,000, I might end my streak. You ever heard of Pavel's Simple and Sinister plan? I did it for years when I was ultra running. It is kettlebell get-ups and kettlebell swings. Just minimal enough that if I wanted to add in a finisher set of burpees, I could. That, I'm thinking now it's going to be my main program. Because as much as I love doing burpees, and man, what, 3+ years of burpees straight, with pull-ups and dips, some other stuff along the way. I miss that absolute strength of putting something up over your head. And I like get-ups. Such a full body movement. Corbin says, I think I know. What's that? What do you think you know? Oh, Corbin says soccer. So, saying soccer, I'm going to assume that you're in the U.S. Optimov says, Corbin, Mike, my nice advice is make short videos and you get easier subscribers. Excellent advice. Poor man says, might pick up the sandbag, see how I feel. I think my big concrete chunk is similar in weight, but different to pick up. Yeah, both difficult in their own way. Poor man says, that's awesome, Yogi. Yeah, I watched Pavel's interview with Rogan. I practiced the constant weight theory he talks about. Yeah, Pavel's got good stuff. He started me off with kettlebells, and then, man, when I wanted to get certified, I thought about doing the RKC, and just then the American and World Kettlebell Club started, and it was to learn to teach kettlebell sport, and it's a brutal sport. I would rather run 100 miles than do a 10-minute set of long cycle, competition style. That's how brutal it is. 10 minutes compared to my last 100-mile race took me 29 hours to do. I'd rather do 29 hours on my feet than a 10-minute set. I don't know about brutality-wise, it's harder. My watcher says, you know, Mir is very kind. He is very kind. He's been a good friend. I'm going to make sure that I leave a comment, let him know I'm here. Mir has helped my channel grow quite a bit. And he's helped so many people come here reach the numbers that they needed. Corbin Mike says, thanks. Poor man says, did a bunch of kettlebell swings with 60-pound bell at gym yesterday morning, trying to get Buddy into kettlebell training. Man, if all you ever did swings, goblet squats, and push-ups, you'd have a complete workout. You might get bored with it after a while, but man, if you embrace minimalism, that's a good place to do it. Or swings and presses. Optima says, Corbin Mike, you can use soundtrack for shorts from YouTube, and over the same soundtrack, other people get to your channel. I haven't used music yet. Well, Lippy says, you're welcome, Mike. Jace is here. Jace, how are you? And Optima drops a link. Lippy says, all I did is sub and comment, like, on all, basically. Beer says, you guys give a big thumbs up. Thank you for that. Sabine says she already did. Fun Fact is here. Says, hi, Fun Factor, how are you? Fun Factor very enthusiastically says hi. We get a Guten Tag from Sabine. Jay says, I'm good, thanks. Another walk soon with the crazy one. You know what? Right now, I bet you Xena is thinking the exact same thing. I get to walk with a crazy one. Just a few moments. Oliffer says, everyone is so kind except for Nightbot. What do you mean? Jace says, perfect reply. Timo says, that would be funny if Xena and Bax would meet. Man, think of the videos. It would be epic. Olivia says, every time you like, do this. Like, spam, or capitalize. Not sure what that means. Alexandria says, hey guys. Alexandria, how are you? Oh, Olivia says he will get you kicked off for no reason. Well, I don't have Nightbot, do I? I don't think so. I have yet to ever really kick anyone off. Not saying I wouldn't, but not for any specific reasons. I guess if someone is being like out and out mean towards someone, or if it got to the point where it was just spamming the conversation, then I might do a timeout. Alexandria says, sorry, haven't about got pushed into hospital. Are you in the hospital now? Liffy says they put me in timeout 10 times today. other people's live streams. Speed says, "Oh, Alexandria, sorry to hear about that." It's me too. Sending prayers your way, my friend. Liffy says, "Yup." I don't even know how to get Nightbot. Is it worth it? People keep mentioning StreamYard, or there's another one. I don't remember what it's called. I'll be honest, it seems more, for me, it seems like more trouble than it's worth. If he says he comes randomly. Timo says you don't need Nightbot, Eric. Well, good. I will take you at your word. I won't get it. Alexandria says, "Yep, woke up this morning. I couldn't feel my legs." So what are the doctors saying? Really sorry to hear that. Timo says, Olifi, on this channel, there is no Nightbot. Nope. And you know what? Pretty loose about issues. If you want to troll, go ahead and troll. Just, you know, it's no sense trolling other people. If you're here, man, if you can't troll an old bald guy on the internet, who can you troll? It's the perfect target right here. Just literally call me Oli. I can do that. Poor man says, "Hope everything is okay, Alexandria." Eric Lapointe is here. Eric, man, that was a great live stream. A lot of fun getting to chat with you, especially like you said on the other end, as well as seeing more of the homestead. Oli says, "I have a troll with fake donations." Well, that would suck. How can you do fake donations? Can I fake spend it on some fake food? Eric Points, William, and Sabine. So Eric Lapointe put in some big reps today. Willie says, "Yeah." Hey, I saw our friend, what's the new channel name? Adventure Man? Have you guys been checking out Noble, who is no longer Noble? I keep missing him because Oli says, "Eric, why you say my name?" Because you said something? Because I was reading your comment? Oh, you're talking about Eric Lapointe. Just saying hi to you. That threw me for a second. Speed says, "Oli, what's wrong with you?" Optima says, can I block him? Is that okay? Well, let's see if he answers Sabine's question. He might, is everything okay, Oli? Anything you want to talk about? No one's blaming you. Just wondering if everything's okay. Because we don't know you. Sometimes, you don't know someone, don't know the intent. Things can seem a little, this might not be an actual word, spammy. Did I just make that up? Tima says, read your comments and you get the answer. Jason's waving at Eric LP. Sometimes it takes people a while to get into the flow of particular conversations, and there's not too many more particular people than me. I mentioned before, in my opinion, Eric Lapointe has turned into a masterful live streamer. Definitely one of the best. Burpee Reaper's one of the best too. Let's see. Timo says, here are adult YouTubers. We know us very well over months and years. Oli is 19. Sabina asked if she could ask his real age. William H is rolling the dice, or I guess if you roll one, it's called a die. Oli says, hi, is everyone asking me questions today? Well, you're new here. Getting to know you, seeing what's up, seeing if you like the live stream so far. Anything in particular you want to talk about? Any questions? This could be an Ask an Old Guy opportunity. How many times do you get the chance to, ask some boring old guy a question? Of course, you end up getting a boring old answer. All he says, "No, I'm good." Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't have many answers anyway. Timo says, we know us all very well. We have contact outside of YouTube by mail or phone. So you are new and ask funny questions. They are funny questions. But hey, this is how we get to know each other. Remember, Mr. Poopinator would come in day after day, weeks at a time, and say, fart for me, bro. And I'm proud to say that I never did. That is just something that YouTube doesn't need. Let's see. Timo says yes, but that is something special. Eric Point says, only 14. We're all in good spirit. Good one. Well, if he says, I am 19, like, what do you want from me? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Make no demands. Things are cool. The only thing is, um, you know, sometimes you try to get a flow in the conversation going. Mir says, Eric Point, just enjoy. Speed says he is definitely not 19. Speed says, I just want a normal and friendly behavior in here. That would be nice. I can't promise you normal, but I can promise you friendly. Man, if you guys ever see me come in and act normal, you know something is wrong. If you guys ever see me come in and start talking and things are normal, you got to start thinking, man, is Eric being held hostage? Is there someone standing around threatening him, saying, act normal, act normal? That is a sure sign that there's something wrong. Friendly, I can promise you on my end that I will always be friendly. Well, he says you can have a friend that doesn't care about you. Well, then that is not the definition of a friend now, would it be? Optima will be right back. Isabella is here. Isabella, one of my all-time favorite names. Hey, and Oli, as far as caring about you, definitely. I care about everyone. Mir says there are some beautiful people who's a special for each other. As you go, another word, please. Roy H says banana coffee with an angel. Banana and coffee. We get an emoji from Isabella. Speed says, thank you, Mir. Eric Point says, hey to Isabella. And we get an UG from Oli. Sometimes, you know what? An UG sum things up perfectly. Hard to misinterpret a UG. Probably the same in every language. You think there's like is there a German way of saying UG? Is there a French way of saying UG? Mir says, so Yogi, Isabella is my friend. Last 4 years. Just nice. Well, welcome, Isabella. Sabine says, no, all the same. That's what I thought. Although the French might say la UG, right? You know, I actually had a conversation with Eric Lapointe about this before, right? We talked about natural expressions. We talked about wow. I actually wrote an entire blog post about wow. I love those words that are just natural expressions that don't have any specifics. Speed says childish behavior, that's all. Yeah, that's pretty much why your age was questioned. Because most 19-year-olds, I don't want to say more respectful, but whatever. Whatever. Eric Point says yes. And I think UG is one of those universal non-word words. It just comes out. Here says Eric Point, boy and brother, Great job. Yeah, there's a difference in deleting comments to help the conversation flow versus banning people. Ria says YouTube, or Eric Point says, "Mere YouTube brother." Sabine says, "Let's face it, the brain did not grow much in the last 19 years." The funny thing is that I bet you most people on the internet, trolls or otherwise, if you meet them offline, uh, you have great conversations with. They're wonderful people. Something about being anonymous lets people express themselves in a way that not necessarily they would in other occasions. Of course, you can't really speak in emojis in real life, can you? Has anyone, or in internet lingo, have you ever been in a conversation with someone and instead of laughing, they say LOL? I wonder if it would ever get to the point where that would happen, where we no longer separate the internet content from real life content. Speed says, oops, sorry about that. Eric Point, just a shrug. So I will probably wrap things up in just a minute. I'm going to prepare for the big premiere that is coming up at 3 o'clock my time. That's going to be an Optimob. One thing I would like to mention to someone like our friend Oli is, things that I put up here would get you banned in an instant on another channel because they just don't like, they have no need to put up with that kind of stuff. For me, it's all entertaining, see what people bring to you, and it's a good practice. Accepting this, and accepting this. I don't get to say what life brings me, so I seldom ever bother to say, nope, I don't want that. And most people bring you really nice stuff, surprisingly, especially if you stay open to it. If you shut things off immediately, you're losing out on a great gift. And maybe the great gift is learning patience or something else. You don't know until you know. When I talked with Chris Swama and Simone Transgregor, who finished their very first 100-mile race recently, and we were talking about ultra running, and they were asking for some tips. And of course, we did talk training and preparation, but for me, the two most important things: curiosity and enthusiasm. Because everything else is going to give out. Your legs are going to give out, your endurance, even your willpower is going to give out. But if you can stay curious, how are my legs going to feel in another mile? I wonder if things will turn around. I wonder what I'm going to see right around that bend. And if you're enthusiastic for whatever might happen, you finish 100 miles. But if you lose your curiosity in life, you lose everything. The same with politics. So the person who gets elected you don't like, be curious. What's going to happen? Not only what's going to happen, but if it's something that I don't like, be curious. Can you make a difference? In a good way. Can you be the change that you want to see? Curiosity changes everything. You wake up in the morning curious, what is today going to bring? William says, Yogi, hello. William Downey, how are you, my friend? How are things in sunny Arizona? How do I know that it's sunny in Arizona? Because it's Arizona. Plus, our friend William Downey has a sunny disposition. It is always sunny with William Downey. Have you guys ever seen a storm cloud hanging over William Downey's head? Doesn't happen. And I'm going to put out a guess. I'm going to tell you why I think that is true. Because I think in his head, in his mind, at any given time, our friend Bill is listening to Van Halen playing Panama on an endless loop in his head. That's why he's always smiling. I have another theory that you can't be unhappy. I'm not even a big Van Halen fan. You can't ever be unhappy with the song Panama playing in your head. Want the secret to enlightenment? Every single yogi, every Zen master, they're all listening to Panama in their head. That's why they are serene. You guys let me know if my theory is wrong. Tima says, hello, I'm back. Thank you, William H., for blocking. William H. is on top of things. Here says Chase Brill and William, Timo, Eric LaPointe, Sabine, sister, Goldie, sister. Hey, did I miss Goldie? Says, thank you all. Absolutely, Mir. Hey, we're here for you. But I would feel bad if I missed Goldie. Timo says no, Goldie. Thank you. Bill saying hey to everyone. How's your day going, Bill? Rob Downey says, Willie. So this time that didn't throw me. The last time Rob Downey threw out Willie, I was thinking he was praising Willie Nelson. In which case, who could blame him? Willie Nelson is a national treasure. He might be a global treasure. Mir says, not here, but she's every time. Our thoughts and prayers. Absolutely, Mir. Excellent point, my friend. I agree. Bill says, lots of day, busy day, lots of wrecks. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope nothing serious. Bill says, can't stay long, but wanted to say hello. Sweet says, are you at work? So we'll stay live just a little bit longer, as long as Bill can hang out for a little bit. Timo says, William Downey, that is awesome, like I do always in the night. And that's much appreciated. Before I start fast asleep again. Maybe that should be my YouTube channel, is lulling people to sleep. Smith says, nice, so nice to see you, Mr. Downey. It is always nice when he gets a chance to stop in for a bit. Bill says, no minor wrecks, all minor wrecks. Great. Glad to hear that. Night Watcher cannot sleep again. It does not help being online. They um, blue light from phones and computer screens actually inhibit deep sleep, and it stays with you for a long time. It's always good. Get offline. If you can, give it an hour, 2 hours, even better. Don't eat too soon before you go to bed. Don't eat while you're in bed. Don't read anything really exciting. If you're going to read something boring, something that puts you in that sleepy state, and do the breath work. Elongate the exhale. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 4, slow. Exhale through the nose for a count of 8, even slower. Do that 10 rounds, and then just relax. And then if you need to, you do it again. Bill says, but nonetheless, still shitty drivers. Imagine if we all took our time. Doesn't mean going slower than the speed limit, but if we just took our time, knowing that we will get where we're going to get when we get there. If we stayed mindful in our driving, mindful of other people, and if we were kind. You can't be kind and aggressive at the same time, at least not when you're driving. They really should teach you that in driver's ed. You know, I mention all the time in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, Robert Persig said he was a technical writer. And for a while, he worked in Japan. And he talked about the difference between technical writers in Japan versus technical writers in America or England. And in America, they would say something along the lines of, before assembling your toaster oven, or in America, assembling your toaster oven, arrange all the parts, read the directions, insert part A into part B, and on and on and on. Very dry, very technical. In Japan, at least back then, they would say, before assembling your toaster oven, you must first achieve peace of mind. Take a deep breath, and then proceed. And if we did that before we got in any car. That Watcher says, also wanted to say, there's a person in Maryland called Richard Clark, the developer in the legendary Minecraft mod OneSpawn. But then in 19, he went off the deep end, hating on liberal whiners and supporting Russia. Political figures like Putin. Yeah, you know, those Marylanders. You never know what they're going to do. Timo says, I was on tonight in the stream of Poker Rossi until 6 a.m. Wow. But I had not any sleep faster. On top, I had to sleep harder as usual. Yeah, actually, Sabine said that you didn't get a whole lot of sleep. I know you've been troubled. All the stuff going on. You put so much work into what you're doing. As I mention all the time, it's an artwork. Timo is an artist. Sabine's an artist. Bax is an artist of living. The life of a dog. No one does it better than Bax. Xena does it just as well. I got to put in a plug for Misty. Misty the Wonder Dog. Jay says, I'm back. Have chocolate and popcorn ready for Optimum. That's how to do it. That's what I do every Sunday. I get my last meal of the day ready. Large bowl of greens, diced up apple, sometimes a few extra almonds in it. Sit in front of the computer. I watch the premiere. Let's see. William says, no porn, eating sausage before bed. Those two aren't necessarily exclusive from each other, are they? There was a fine line between watching William Downey eating sausage and porn. There was a fine line between the two. Optimob says, Tonight Watcher of the Rebirth Dad is a commercial in Germany. And the lady says to her husband, she couldn't sleep. Her husband helped her. German can be funny too. You know what? I always thought Germans were very funny. They have a really subtle sense of humor. Let's see. Now what she says, don't you live in Maryland? I do live in Maryland. I grew up here. I was born in Pennsylvania. Eric Point says, we have seen Max's artwork. Jace is laughing. We have seen it. It was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Timo says, he's something new in the beginning of the video. So let's not miss that. Let's not miss the beginning. Now what she says, but his reason for making the mod one spawn for his son for the time they are together, which is concerning, but also extremely wholesome. Then sadly went on the deep end again. 2020 hating black people. BML. Which makes no sense. William says there's also a fine line between fishing and just standing on the shore, staring out, looking like a crazy guy. You pretty much sum me up every day, except it's even worse because I don't have a fishing pole when I'm doing it. So I don't even have that fine line. I think I'm just a guy staring out and looking crazy. Timo says, Eric the Point, poop artwork. Hey, you know what? We all work with the medium that we're given. Do you know how hard it would be for Bax to hold a pencil in his hand? Or a paintbrush? So, hey, Bax had to do what he could do. Jay says it was Bax's work. In my opinion, it should have been framed. Timo says, well, I'm Downey, that's right. All right, so we are just about half hour away from the premiere. Fun times. I will be there. I hope to see you guys there too. Let's see, who I'm down. He says, me neither, Eric. I got another smile out of you. My job is done for the day. And I always appreciate it when you do it. I never know when it's going to come, how it's going to happen, but it always does. Timo says it smells a bit better behind sealed glass. I imagine so. Sometime I need to get a video of Misty because she has it's almost like she's expressing ballet when she goes to the bathroom. When she's particularly satisfied with the job that she's done, and she will extend her back leg very gracefully and lift it up and then look up and smile at us like, man, look at what I just did. I'm going to have to do that. We'll see if I can. All right. Bill's got to run. Love to all you guys. Love to you, my friend. And that's a good time for us to say that I'll see you guys later. I'll be back 5-ish, after 5, a little after 5. But I'm going to see you guys later over at Optimum. Timo says to William, if you have time, 35 minutes, look the beginning of this video. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, my friend. I meant to say that. I meant to say that in your live stream, Eric, and I forgot. Jay says, see y'all soon. We will. Guys, Optimob says, and the end is funny too. So let's watch it all the way through, guys. The Master Sergeant says, hello, Pooh. She can only be talking to Eric Lapointe. William Downey says, Eric Lapointe, email your phone number, buddy. Jason's waving at Mocha. Timo says, hi to Master Sergeant. William Downey says, I will Timo when I can. We get a thumbs up from Eric Lapointe. Night Watcher says, I'm being very petty. No, not really. Eric Lapointe says, okay to Bill. Yep, you should definitely go to court. Oh, no. Then you shouldn't. If the other side wants to settle, you should settle. Always settle. Almost always settle. If you get a choice between peace of mind and anything else, always choose peace of mind. The loot and the land. Nah, go ahead and settle. You'll make a friend. Even if it's a virtual game, a virtual friend on a game. You settle, you get the loot only. Then you can buy some other land, maybe better land. And plus, you make a friend who might turn around and help you some other time. It's probably the only advice I've ever given about a video game, except for going back all the way again to Pac-Man, saying, yelling at a friend, don't turn that way, don't turn that way. Let's see. William says, and always take ointment over suppositories. Man, we might have to debate that sometime. Linda says, hi, Yogi in chat. Hi, Linda. Parting words of wisdom from William Downey, and always take ointment over suppositories. Jason says hi to Linda, as is Optimom. Hey, Linda. Night Watcher's going to settle. Let me know how it works, Night Watcher. Linda, just getting ready to wrap things up for the afternoon, but I'll be back later. But I wanted to ask you, have you ever been to the premiere for Optimob Sunday videos? Optimob Sunday's videos. I like the way that sounds. It's definitely a thing. You get the exact text. Are you connected with Night Watcher? Or I'm sorry, with Optimob? It's going to happen in about 30 minutes. You get to see really, really beautiful scenery of Switzerland. And the live stream is a lot of fun. You get to meet some new friends. So again, it's in about, if you're free, just about half an hour. I'm going to sign off in just a minute. And I'm going to do a very brief 10-minute meditation. It's not my official meditation. It is a Course in Miracle meditation. Speaking of which, on my members channel, I have another video for meditation, if anyone is interested. And then I make something to eat, and then I'm in front of the computer and I'm watching Optimob. So I hope to see all of you guys over there. Optimob says, you need popcorn and time and watch a movie. It's Linda. It's beautiful. Jay says my brother's followed a suppository. Uh, talk crap for a whole week. That was a good one. All right, so guys, that's where I will be in just a little bit. Hope to see you guys over there. Awesome. Linda's going to be there. I'll see you guys there. Take care. I'll be back like 2.5 hours or so. Then it says, I love his view of his films. Then, yeah, you're definitely going to love the premiere. We got the text from Night Watchers, negotiation. Night Watcher says, look at the text. I did look at it. Optimob drops the link. Hard to read with the parentheses stuff, but I get the gist of it. They are officially settled. Well done. Well done, Night Watcher. All right, so I'm out of here. I'm going to see you guys later. Take care.